How could you honor your learning? It's so important to acknowledge the learning which you have had in order to proceed towards a better understanding, a better life, more oriented, organized, and more fulfilling. Otherwise, what would be the purpose of knowledge that you have gained? Nothing, right? That's the reason why you are educated. That's why you made an effort in order to get into one of the most prestigious universities of the world. That's the reason why your parents and the loved ones pushed you forward despite your reluctance in order to get you a better life, more fulfilling life. Now, despite all that you have had, there is something that you strive for which you think could not be gained through the knowledge that you have had. Now look at this condition. I see a number of people around the world today, after having achieved a feat of success in their field, still lack in confidence. They still lack in acknowledging what they have achieved. And the reason is they could not carry forward the legacy of their own standard of education to what they were meant to be. If you come from nowhere, then you are the best place ever. If one reaches up to the pinnacle of success, achieves everything that one could imagine, rose from rags to riches, that's a different thing. But suppose that you have a legacy. You come from a family of entrepreneurs, or maybe your dad made it huge. He was no one, but he made himself to be someone. Now through someone, you are recognized as daughter and son XYZ. Now in that spectrum of society, it's your responsibility to carry forward the legacy, either to totally transform the entire mechanism, entire system for better, or if not capable enough, then to learn under the mentorship of the one who has built it up for you and make it even more scalable than what has already been achieved. So the reason why there is a lag, because there is no appreciation for the one who has built it up without having been formally educated, without having been academically qualified to do so. Do you understand what I mean? So there is something beyond the books that you have to learn. The characteristics, the traits, the dispositions are learned through the presence of the ones who have made it despite all odds. The systematic, methodological aspect of education can never ever set the standard which a person, having gone through each step of the way, has evolved or learned, because he knew exactly or she knew exactly how to face up to this challenge which is right in front of me. And that challenge itself is not sufficient enough to mold him or her without his or her permission. So if I allow myself, now listen carefully, if I allow myself to circumvent my ways in order to get what I want, this is fair enough. For that, I may need to change myself as a person. I may need to work extra hard. I may need to incorporate few traits within me before I could come up to that level when I could be more equipped as a person to overcome the challenges. Wherein those people who made it to the top from the scratch are the ones who molded the situation into their ways, who may have circumvented their ways initially, but they became as the content of greater character which molded the situation according to their ways, their understanding. And that person could do anything and everything. Even if everything is snatched away today, this person will create that kind of circumstance in order to empower himself. Or you could say that they have become more empowered than whatever they are facing. And this is not so easy. And no book No education can teach you that, unfortunately. That's why it is so important to be grounded. The worst thing that you can do is to be instigated, propelled, fueled by what you have learned academically. Your action shall never ever be instigated, propelled, fueled by the records of some pages documented by an institution. No. These are only the points of references where you may look up to for better decision making. That's all. Today's AI world, where everything is so revolutionized by rapidly ever growing, evolving technology, these documents are put to disuse. There is no point emphatically exaggerating on the institutionalized mechanism of some document. What is needed is knowing thyself. It comes back to how you could make a better version of yourself above the problem that you are facing. And again, it boils down to the character that you are.